Stevie Fast Jackson, Bahrain 1 Racing KTR, here with segment number 5 of Q&A with Stevie Fast. I haven't been able to answer a lot of questions lately. We've been racing our tails off, and Matt's put together a list of some of the stuff you guys sent into our YouTube channel. We'll take a little bit of time and answer some of them. I appreciate you guys sending those in. I continue to say this, but I read them all. I laugh at some of them, and I like answering them. It's good to know what you guys think about our team, and good to know how we can do better as a team. DRC French, when are you coming to Australia? And am I coming to PRI? The Australia question continues to come up, and it keeps following me around, and I am very, very interested in coming to race down under. A lot of my colleagues and competitors race down there. I love the country, love the people. You guys are passionate about motorsports down there. I can't say when I'm coming to race in Australia, but I promise I'm coming. More details about that to be released soon. And PRI definitely, as a staple of the motorsports industry, we'll be at SEMA for the first day of SEMA. I have to do some interview stuff, and then we'll be at PRI. I don't think I've missed a PRI since there was a PRI. As long as I've been racing, I've been going. So, awesome place to meet all of the vendors that make our parts. Talk to people firsthand about some new stuff that's coming out. And it's really cool to hang out with some of you fans during the show and after hours. We generally have a good time there. Derek Stewart, do I need an engine guy? Curious, why not paint the radial cars like the Pro Mods? We got an engine guy now that's pretty much knocking it out of the park. But as much as I blow everything up, you never know, I might need a team engine guys. The radial cars like the Pro Mods. Every car's got a different personality, so I really kind of try to figure out the personality of the car before we paint them. The Pro Mod NHRA cars are generally going to be painted in sponsor colors. The Shadow is mine and Phil Schuler's car, and we just wanted something simple and clean. Now that we're running the Shadow in NHRA, it's got some graphics and stuff on it, but its time over there is kind of limited. We have our new Bahrain 1 Camaro that's almost done. That'll be raced in 2019. So it'll be red and white, and the paint job on it looks pretty slick. I'll be revealing that thing probably in a week or two, so stay tuned for that. From Jordan Stokes, congratulations, big stuff, Q&A segments. I love hearing from you. I have a question. Is there any class or type of car that I could drive full-time? What would it be? Well, that's loaded too. If I can race cars full-time, I'll run anything from a wheelbarrow to a top fuel car. So anything that I can sit behind the wheel and get paid to do, I'll do it. Pro Modified, I love it, and I hope that I can do it as long as I race cars. The dream for me is to run a fuel car, a funny car. Always been the goal. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I love where I'm at. As long as it's a class that's got top-notch people, top-notch dollars working on it, it's hard to win, it's competitive, I'm happy. I'm not picky. I love the competition, no matter how fast or slow it is. Austin Johnson, congrats on the win in Indy. How would you feel about all Pro Mods being required to run a clutch and leave off your left foot instead of a button? If it were up to me, there'd be no electronics in the car. We wouldn't have two-steps. We wouldn't have auto shifters. We wouldn't have electronic ignition. We'd all have a six-shooter, a clutch, and go race. That would expose a lot of the people driving cars that shouldn't be. It'd even the playing field up. With that said, I don't think you'll ever see it happen. The last thing we want to do in the current economic climate is alienate cars. Not only would that alienate a lot of cars, that would alienate a lot of sponsors, as well as people who have poured millions of dollars into research and development under what the current rules are. That would have had to been something that would have to been stopped 10 years ago to get that. So I don't think you'd see it, but I would love it. A lot of the drivers out there it'd be fun to watch, fun to watch to do that. Shane Kaler, what's the most power you made on a roots and a screw blower, respectively? That's kind of top secret, really. But we're in the 3,000 range with the roots, over 4,000 with a screw. We kind of keep a lot of that, especially the root stuff, tight to our vest, chest. Don't really want any of our competitors to figure out where we're at. But we'll just say that it makes pretty good, decent power. And also, why are the twins, why are the screwblower cars generally limited to 526 and 532 cubic inches, and turbo cars are at 540? Turbo cars need all kinds of advantage to be competitive. They're generally slow and get outrun so much that they have to have something to help them out. So they get all this power, and they get to run a bigger intake valve than we do, and all kind of stuff to help them out. But they need help, so I'm not complaining about it. Whatever keeps them showing up. Alan McDonough, I've been watching you guys race for a long time. It's nice to see someone like us working with Intra. Yep. Man, I appreciate it. Like, reading stuff like that gets me going. I am a hometown guy. I'm a country boy. I tell everybody I'm a redneck with mechanical skills, and I love when we do good. You guys feeling like one of us has went up there and won. It means a lot to me. Your question is, what was the first road race car that I owned, and what ET Bear am I most proud of? I don't know if you call it a real race car or not, but the first thing I called my first race car was my S10 truck that I built when I was in high school. I bought it used for $300. It was clapped out, 2 colors of primer piece of junk, leaf springs and slapper bars, no carpet, no dash. It had like a steering column in it and like a 5-gallon bucket. I remember we had exhaust run up under that thing, and the floorboard would get so hot in the summertime that I still got blisters and scars on my feet from driving it around. Home built a 327 small block Chevrolet out of some parts that the machine shop had laying around. Put about 300 horsepower with a nitrous on it, took it over to the track, and the second or third time we took it out there, I would say there's a second part of your question. The ET Bear that I'm most proud of is when it went in the tens. First night we squirted everything to it. It went at 1084 at like, I don't know, 110 miles an hour or something, and that eclipsed my dad's quickest ET that he'd ever run. And for me as a kid, that was the end of the hunt, you know, to crush your dad. I remember chasing my dad around the truck when it went 1084, and everybody spraying beer all over me, and it was almost as good as winning the U.S. Nationals. It was a cool deal. Cool night. If you were there, it was pretty emotional. Brad, what happened to the Pro Nitrous car? 2 Pro Nitrous cars. One was the Honey Badger, the original Honey Badger that me and Billy Stockland constructed that we won the World Championship with in 2013 at ERL. That thing got sold to a grudge racer, and it's currently, I think, beating up the grudge scene somewhere. It's kind of confidential, but I miss that thing, and it's probably, next to Doug Reister, that's probably the lightest Pro Nitrous car ever constructed. We cut a lot of that out. The other Pro Nitrous car, the orange Pro Nitrous car we competed in, and that we set the radial tire world record, ran PDRA and a little bit of ADRL with that. That also got sold to a racer up north, Michigan, and they are competing that car right now, and I don't know if I can tell you who's got it either. So a lot of people that buy my stuff don't want people to know where it come from. I don't know why. Either it's because it's been blowed up enough or because it's fast. Sean, will you start winning? This is come in a month ago. Will you start winning again, please? We need more videos. Thanks in advance. I read that, and I want to let you know, I put it into consideration, and we started kind of slapping them around. So I got it checked off, and definitely the videos will start coming. Hard to make videos when you can't even qualify for the show. So in the last month, hopefully we've turned our boat around, and we're headed the right way down the river. So I got a check on that. Zach, why not build another steel Fox body car to run X275? I would love to build an original Shadow, and down the road you're going to probably see that. As far as competing in X275, probably won't happen. It's not that the class just doesn't interest me. I have a hard time running anything that's not the fastest of what it is there. So I just don't know. I don't know that it would interest me enough to put the investment in. I do want another steel body, Fox body, screwblower car to like drive around the street or something, or maybe drive around, get some ice cream in or something. The old Shadow definitely at some point in my career is going to be replicated. You'll have to stay tuned. Seth, you guys fed me and a friend a few years ago back at Lights Out. I was wondering if I'm going to make it to the prize fight next year at Ohio Valley in Kentucky. It's too early to know. I get a lot of questions about where we're going to race next year. We're hammering our schedule out now, and I'll have a lot better idea of where we're going to be kind of after PRI. Got a lot of irons in the fire, a lot of balls in the air right now, and we'll just have to see where they all land. But as soon as I get my new schedule posted, it'll be on steviefast.com. Okay, this is a fun question. This is long, and I almost want to read it. I think I should read it. That way you guys will kind of understand my answer. This is from J.A. Obviously didn't put his name because probably scared. J.A. Asked the question, Wait, you talk shit about being so popular with the racing scene, but I've only got 5,000 subscribers. That's embarrassing to admit. So when you say you're the most popular racer out there, in reality you only have a couple of fans. It's easy to just talk shit. Show everybody how badass you are and race a car against some of the fastest street racers in the country, and then everyone will know what's what. It's a lot easier to race on a prep track as it is racing on a street that has never been raced on, and it takes a lot more skills to drive a race car with 2,500 horsepower down a virgin street in low 4 seconds in 6. I don't know. He's kind of illiterate. Okay, so we'll start at the top. I don't ever talk shit about being the most popular racer, and I've never said that. Definitely not. I guarantee you I'm not. Nor do I strive to be. It's not even a goal that I have. I want to crush the most popular racers. As far as only having 5,000 subscribers, don't know, man. I don't know how many subscribers JA's got, but I'll have to get Matt checking on that. Oh, you got one. Matt said he already checked on it. You got one. So you got one subscriber. So we're 4,999 ahead of you. So get you one. Maybe you can double up. It's easy to talk shit about. You want me to show everybody how bad I am and race a car against some of the fastest street cars. I don't want to race against the fastest street cars in the country. I don't race over there. I don't have to show anybody how badass I am. It's a lot easier to race. Yeah, I don't have anything that makes 2,500 horsepower, so I have to get Robert to try to put something in the motor to slow it down some. Skill, I don't have any skill and don't want to race on virgin streets, and I quit doing that when I was 16. So keep watching. I'm glad that you're watching, and good luck with your 2 subscribers. Groom Lake wants to know about blower setback, and if we were legal at World Series of Pro Mod with blower setback. World Series of Pro Mod is basically NHRA rules with a couple modifications for overdrive for the blower cars, boost for the turbo cars. And yes, our blower setback was legal there. All you can run is what you can run in NHRA. You said you have a rack of camshafts. How important do you think the cam is on an Alky engine? There's two different trains of thought on camshafts. A lot of people will tell you, half of blown alcohol racers will tell you that camshaft doesn't matter. Stick anything in there and it'll run the same. The blower makes the power. The other half of the crowd will say that the engine is the engine and making it more efficient is better. So put a lot of camshafts in them, do a lot of R&D and do that. There's a lot of power in valve train. I don't know how much there is in camshaft. I've ran about everything under the sun. It's kind of like any part of a racing car. It's a package. It doesn't really matter that you have an awesome camshaft. It matters that your awesome camshaft works with your piston combination, works with your supercharger and your manifold and your cylinder heads. So it's much more of a package. Is the camshaft important? Yes. There is no magic camshaft that'll fix what you have going on. It's a total combination, and that's the simplest way I can answer that without taking up 1,000 hours. Randy Dockin, serious question. If you were approached by Discovery to do a mega race with the Street Outlaws, maybe with Radio vs. the World rules or 2 out of 3 grudge match run what you brung, would you consider it? A few have raced at lights out and can get them down the track. First of all, there would be no mega race if I ever ran any of the Street Outlaws because we would outrun them by 25 car lengths or whatever they call it. If it's Radio vs. the World rules, we'll definitely crush them. If it's 2 out of 3, we'll crush them. If it's run what you brung, we'll crush them. So there's no scenario in any part of the world, in any drag racing event, that we cannot crush anybody that's ever been on Street Outlaws. I think I've covered that many times. Anytime they want to bring that thing to any kind of race I'm at, I think they got an opening for NHRA St. Louis. I mean, not St. Louis. NHRA Dallas, I think it has an opening. They can get in there. Capone driver, Steve, love watching race. What sport needs? Thank you. Maybe in Denton. Yep. Do you think I'd ever run in Hot Rod Magazine Drag Week? I really am interested in the Drag Week deal. I've been approached by a bunch of people about doing that. Time is my problem. Not to say we're not going to do it Matter of fact, I would love to do it. It would be something pretty spectacular. It probably would blow up within the first mile, but for a mile we'll be able to dry hop and stuff. We could probably run that in some of the street clowns, maybe get them to do that, and we'll just run around. So if they want to run in the dirt, we'll go run over there. But yeah, I am very interested in Drag Week, and I'm actually in negotiation right now to potentially maybe do some of that in the future. So keep your eyes peeled. Like I said, a lot of balls in the air, a lot of irons in the fire. Diane wants to know what the picture is on top of the shadow. That is my Crushing Hopes and Dreams banner with some 1911 45 caliber pistols, because we're bringing out with both guns loaded. I like guns, and I'm from the South, and I have a small army. Generally, if anything ever happens and we're getting taken over, you want to come to my shop. That's probably the safest place that there is. It's just kind of a thing that me and Phil come up with about going to the starting line with our guns loaded, pretty much. Looks like that's it. Thank you guys for sending in your questions and comments. This was episode 5. As soon as I get back from the next race, we're going to start working on episode 6. There's more of you guys that sent in stuff than I had a chance to get to here, but I appreciate you. Keep them coming. Like and subscribe our YouTube channel so we can get ahead of JA. And then please shop our apparel at steviefast.com. Parts and accessories at parts.steviefast.com. And don't forget to visit our sponsors page. Sponsors are what make this go, happen. If you guys like watching me race, support our sponsors. We got our sponsor page at steviefast.com/sponsors. And thank you.